Today you'll learn how to use the Millipore Patch Testing Kit as a tool to produce differential comparisons of industrial fluid cleanliness. First off, here are the parts included in the test kit. There is a patch holder with a cap and a support screen to prevent patch breakage. The Millipore patches themselves, an 8-micron patch comes with the kit and is designated on the back. A syringe to take the 20 milliliter samples, tweezers to handle the patches, and a tube to access hard-to-reach samples. To illustrate the usefulness of the Millipore Patch Test Kit, I brought 2 samples of fluid. They are both the same hydraulic oil, but one is filtered while the other is unfiltered. The patchwork will provide a pre- and post-filtration visual comparison, allowing you to see filtration results. First, I'll run a patch for the filtered hydraulic oil. I'll place the screen on the patch holder, and I'll take out a patch using the tweezers to avoid contaminating the patch with the oils from my fingers. Each patch has a wax paper disc on either side that you'll have to remove, so you have to make sure both sides are white before you place the patch on the screen. Then you can tighten the cap on the patch holder. Now it is time to take a 20 milliliter sample with your syringe. First, you should flush your syringe 3 times to get rid of any previous contamination. Once you have your 20 milliliters of fluid on your syringe, attach the patch holder and push the fluid through the patch. Not all of the fluid will necessarily pass through the patch dependent upon the cleanliness of the fluid, so record the volume of fluid that passes through the patch. In this case, all 20 milliliters of the sample made it through the patch, and I'll write that down on my drying towel. Disconnect the patch holder from the syringe, and be careful to drain the fluid that remains in the cap. Then, remove the patch using the tweezers and place it down on your drying towel. To avoid losing track of patches, I label the drying towel with a patch size, pre- and post-filtration, and number of milliliters passed. After that, clean off the screen and patch holder for the next sample. Now, I'll run a patch for the unfiltered hydraulic oil. As you can see, the syringe will not reach the sample fluid in this bottle. This is where the tube comes into play. Simply attach the tube to the tip of the syringe in order to reach the sample fluid. Again, you will want to flush the syringe 3 times to avoid cross-contamination. Once you have your sample, you can detach the tube, let it drain into the sample bottle, and set it aside. Making sure that you have 20 milliliters of fluid in your syringe, you can grab a patch to put on the top of the screen. Screw on the cap to the patch holder, attach it to the tip of your syringe, and push the fluid through. Detach the patch holder from the syringe and remove the cap, being careful to drain excess fluid. Remove the patch using the tweezers and place it down to dry. Again, the full 20 milliliters of sample was pushed through the patch. As you can see, the pre-filtration patch is darker than the post-filtration patch. This illustrates the theory behind Millipore patches. The patches catch any particles larger than their specific micron rating. These particles darken the patch. Filtration lightens the patch by removing particles from the fluid, thus reducing the number of particles captured on the Millipore patch surface. This is how Millipore patches create differential comparisons of industrial fluid cleanliness. That concludes our Millipore Patch Testing Kit instructional video. For any questions or comments, contact us online at www.como.biz or toll free at 1-800-451-0028.